Howdy, partner, and welcome to Cowboy Week, a week loosely based off of cowboys. I be Ranger Jax, and this be a Lone Ranger costume from 1981. So let's start making it. Alright, so here's our pattern. Now we gotta go through and pick out all of the costume pieces. So let's do that. Alright, for the first step of this project, the Lone Ranger costume is considered Project 3. So we're gonna go through all the patterns and be sure to select everything that has a 3 on it, so that way I know what to trace out. Alright, here's all of our patterns. Now we gotta start tracing everything out. All we're doing is tracing out everything with the number 3 because we're making the Lone Ranger costume. Now, let's talk about Cowboy Week. I think cowboys are cool. And I like the idea of cowboys, so we're gonna do a Cowboy Week thing. And everything's gonna be vaguely cowboy themed. And is this just a thin excuse to promote a thing that I worked really hard on that's vaguely cowboy themed? Yes. And it's called This Is My Story. It's an audio fiction series that I co-wrote, co-directed, co-produced with my creative partner, Jake. I also star in it. I worked really hard on this project. The elevator pitch, it's like the Goonies, but the main cast is a little bit older, and instead of pirates, it's cowboys. Yeah? I play Zachary Place, which is the main character. He's the narrator, so if you love the sound of my voice, there's a solid 2 hours more of me talking. I mean, you may be wondering, Jax, why did you make that? Aren't you just like the weird fashion guy that makes courses? No! I've been an actor since I was 5 years old. Look at all that. Look at all the stuff I've been in. Did you know that? I'm actually an actor. It's my true love. I do also have a production company. It's called Privateer Productions. I recently just changed the name to it. So I wanted to re-say that recently because we rebranded it. There's one thing that I love to live my life by is pirate time. It's all the time. But right now, it's actually cowboy time, so let's get back to talking about cowboys. All right, here is our entire pattern, so now we gotta start cutting everything out. So let's get to doing that. All right, first thing we're gonna do is cut out, like, the main costume, so let's do that. All right, I got this awesome satin fabric, that's a tongue twister, to cut out the main costume of the Lone Ranger. I could have done, like, a more plain white, but I thought this would be funnier and look more interesting on camera. Because that's the goal, is make an interesting video. Yeah! So we're gonna cut out left or right of everything. Also, we're gonna add some interfacing to a couple of the pieces that it told me to, so that way, like, the collar and the chest, the yoke that they're making for this one is nice and stiff and awesome and easy to work with. Let's go! Hey, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to, drop a like. It would be awesome if you did that, because it's Cowboy Week! Pew, 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 pew. Cowboy Week. Alright, so here is everything for the main body cut out. So now, let's get to sewing this all together. Alright, let's get to sewing. Alright, let's sew up the costume. We're gonna start sewing now. So first, we gotta prep our yoke. We're gonna put our right sides together, flip it out, add a little top stitch so it's nice and clean and easy to put together. Then we're gonna make 2 of those. 2 of them. And we're gonna put them together. After we do all of that, we're gonna sew our front to that yoke piece that we have. Right sides together, flip it out, and then we're gonna sew together the back. And then it's the scary part, aka the collar. On confidence levels of like sewing things, collars is at all-time low. Don't worry, we're practicing. Also, I'm gonna take a tailoring class soon, so that way, making collars will be easier because I'm gonna learn how to properly do it. So, but for this one, please be nice to me. So after we get the collar on, we're gonna add in our sleeves and our hems, and that's gonna be our shirt complete. Isn't that crazy? I feel like most of the time these costumes are all jumpsuits, but this time it's shirts and a pant. Speaking of pants, let's make the pants. We're gonna put our front and our back together, then we're gonna put those 2 legs together. So 1/4 of an inch at the top, flip it over 3/4 of an inch, add a top stitch, and then leave a little gap in the waistband so that way we can slip in some elastic waist. And then we're gonna close everything up. And then that's a shirt and a pair of pants. Let's go! All right, now let's cut out all the accessories. All right, it's time to make the accessories. With every good cowboy has its good accessory, and every good drive has a good podcast, which is the reason why you should listen to This Is My Story. We're talking about my project again. It's about Zachary Blaze. He finds a journal from his ancestor, Two Gun Blaze. And now him and his friends are gonna go find his ancestor's secret stash, and you should listen to it. It's 6 episodes. It's only like 2 hours. It's a good listen. Please go listen to This Is My Story. I worked so hard. I had to learn how to use Pro Tools. I had to learn how to use Pro Tools. You don't understand. Pro Tools is miserable to work with. Please go listen to This Is My Story. So just we're cutting out holsters, the scarf, the mask, and the boots. All right, now let's start making all the accessories. All right, let's sew together all the accessories. So step 1 is we gotta sew together the boots. That's what we're gonna do first. So we're just gonna close up our seams, and that's basically it. Yeah, they're super simple. All these boots are super similar. I could also do it so that way the back seam is just some Velcro, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't need to. Then we're gonna make our holsters, so all we're doing is sewing right sides together, flipping it out. Then we're gonna fold it in half, like a hot dog, and then add a top stitch so that way it has like a nice little pocket. And then there's like a little stem at the top. We're gonna fold that in half so that way it makes belt loops. Next, we're gonna make our mask. You just add some elastic. You can add some like extra like padding and stuff to it. But with the material that I'm using, I don't really need to, so I'm just gonna add some elastic. I'm also gonna make the eye holes bigger because I like to see. Makes things easier. And it's my costume, I can do what I want. And last but not least, it's the scarf. You just sew the 2 pieces together and then flip it out and add a top stitch. You could hand stitch. I'm not hand stitching because I don't want to hand stitch. I don't like hand stitching. We're not doing that. So we're just gonna sew it up. That's it. Alrighty. So all of our sewing is done, but the costume is not completed because there's one last piece, the horse. So let's make the horse. Isn't this fun and exciting? I had no idea that the horse actually came in this particular costume because I thought it on the picture it just kind of looks like it's only for the kids costume, but there's an adult size for the horse. So that's awesome. I just thought it was awesome. So all we're doing here is we're cutting out the top of the box, and then we're gonna tape everything together, so that way we can have enough for the head of the horse and the tail of the horse. And then it wanted me to use like some weird like plastic stuff. I don't really know. We're just gonna use felt and some spray-on adhesive to make our horse. I never thought that was gonna be a sentence I would have to say in this series, but we're making a horse. Next step, we gotta go outside. Okay, now we gotta go outside and start gluing everything together. So let's do that. All right, we're out here. Here's all of our pieces. I got spray, like adhesive spray to glue everything together. So let's get to gluing. We're outside with our spray-on adhesive and a mask because I have weak lungs. Got to love asthma. So all we're doing is just spraying on the adhesive and then just putting the felt on it. And then we're gonna cut a hole in the front so that way we can slide the horse's head and the tail. But here's the thing, it was like the Wild West out there. It was like 95 degrees and my camera overheated, so you don't actually get to see me put in the tail because it's hot. You know what's also hot? This is my story. You should listen to this. I won't, it's okay. So, are you ready to see the Lone Ranger costume from 1981? Well, if you made it this far in the video, how about you hit that subscribe button before we do that? It'd be really awesome and cool. We're almost to 4K. That would be awesome if we could hit 4K subscribers. That'd be really cool if we could do that. Okay, let's see the Lone Ranger costume from 1981. Howdy, partner. I'll be the Lone Ranger. So here's the completed Lone Ranger costume from 1981. This thing is so funny. Now, the pants, they are a little tight. I don't think 81 was the year when guys started, consisting hitting leg day. but I consistently hit my leg day, so the quads are it's a little snug in the quads. But other than that, this is so funny. This costume was awesome. So, you know what time it is? It's time to frolic. Bum 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 bum. Woo wah wah wah. Bum woo wah wah wah. Bum wah 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 wah. Wow. Wow, wow, Alright, yeah, that's the end of the video. This thing's uncomfortable, I'm gonna take it off. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure leave a like, subscribe, drop a comment, do all that fun stuff for the algorithm. Every Wednesday I post a vintage costume, and every Sunday is my challenge video. I've been doing a bunch of awesome and fun. Of course, it's made out of weird materials. I wonder what cowboy themed corset I'm gonna do this week, because it's cowboy week. All right. Please listen to This Is My Story.